10 most interesting facts about the world. Fact number 1. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. The weapon's grade, Dragon's Breath chili pepper is so hot it's downright deadly. If you ate one, it could potentially cause a type of anaphylactic shock, burning the airways and closing them up. Actually, I tried it on the tip of my tongue and it just burned and burned. The hobby grower who invented the dragon's breath along with scientists from Nottingham University. So, why make such an impractical pepper? As it turns out, the chili was initially developed to be used in medical treatment as an anesthetic that can numb the skin. Fact number 2. The Canary Islands are named after dogs, not birds. It might seem safe to assume that the Canary Islands were named after canary birds, but the location was actually named after dogs. Although it's off the coast of northwestern Africa, the archipelago is actually part of Spain. In Spanish, the area's name is Islas Canarias, which comes from the Latin phrase Canaria Insulae for islands of dog. Fact number 3. The coldest temperature ever recorded was minus 144 degrees Fahrenheit. You might think you're accustomed to frigid air and blustery winds, but the average winter day has nothing on the coldest day ever recorded, which was a minus 144 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature was recorded in Antarctica during a span of research between 2004 and 2016. Just a few breaths of air that temperature will induce hemorrhagic in your lungs and kill you. Fact number 4. People who are currently alive represents about 7% of the total number of people who have ever lived. Here is another world fact to keep in the back of your mind. According to the Population Reference Bureau, since the time of Homo sapiens first hit the scene 50,000 years ago, more than 108 billion members of species have been born. And a large chunk of that number is alive right now. According to the Bureau, the number of population alive today represents a whopping 7% of the total number of humans who ever lived. Fact number 5. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world. Some countries are hundreds of years old, while others can trace their nation's history back for thousands of years. But South Sudan in North Africa just gained its independence from Sudan in 2011, which currently makes it youngest country in the world. Fact number 6. Nearly half of the world's population watched both the 2010 and 2014 FIFA World Cup games. Soccer or football, depending on who you ask, is the most popular sport around the world. That's why when the FIFA World Cup games took place in both 2010 and 2014, nearly half of the world's population, around 3.2 billion people, tuned in to see who would win. Fact number 7. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. During his lifetime between 1162 and 1227, Genghis Khan fathered countless children. And while we may never know exactly how many offspring that leader of the Mongol Empire had, scientists now believe that around 1 in every 200 men, aka 16 million people, are direct descendants of his, according to a 2003 historical genetics paper. Fact number 8. Copenhagen is the most bike-friendly city in the world. Many places around the world are trying to figure out how to rework their infrastructure to accommodate cyclists and hopefully, in turn, encourage residents to use environmentally friendly mode of transportation. That's why Copenhagen has become such a role model, according to Wired. It's the most bike-friendly city in the world. Fact number 9. Facebook has more users than the population of the US, China and Brazil combined. Do you use Facebook? If you don't, you're among a number that gets increasingly smaller every day. In fact, 2 billion active users have an account on the social media platform, which is more than the population of the United States, China, and Brazil combined. Facebook's co-founder and CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, posted about the milestone, saying, "We are making progress connecting the world, and now let's bring the world closer together." Fact number 10. The oceans contain almost 200,000 different kinds of viruses. The next time you feel like taking a dip in the big blue ocean, you might not want to think about the fact that the seemingly pristine water is almost 200,000 different kinds of viruses. While this may sound scary, Matthew Sullivan, a microbiologist at the Ohio State University, told CNN, "Having that roadmap of what virus exists help us do a lot of things we'd be interested in to better understand the ocean. And I had to say it, but to have to engineer the ocean at some point to combat climate change." Bonus fact: New Zealanders have more pets per household than any other country. People who live in New Zealand seem to love having an animal companion around. That's why 67% of households in the country have a pet, which is more than any other nation in the world. Americans also happen to love furry friends, which is why more than half of all US homes have either dog or cat, or both.